What's up, Guardians? Your boy JD here with another Destiny tip video. All right, so today's video is going to be for my new people that are brand new to the games, people that might have been returning, and yes, it can apply to people that have been playing for a while that, you know, need a refresher. Today, we're going to talk about some in-game content, like the hardest content you could possibly do, and that would be Grandmaster Nightfalls. Now, to give a little background on Grandmaster Nightfalls, it's content that you do to earn materials a little bit faster, also get adept weapons. It's a hell of a time, a great grind, and definitely challenging. Now, this video is not necessarily going to be like a guide for Grandmaster Nightfalls or anything like that. It is actually going to be going over the restrictions, the buff, the debuffs that you get when you actually go to do that content. Now, yes, Grandmaster Nightfalls are not out yet. They'll be out on October 4th. But just to give yourself a good head start on what to expect, you can go on there right now and see that you have all these restrictions that are actually used to kind of help you for some of them, and some are against you. And that's what we're going to go over today. I'm going to go through this example of these. Now, this will vary depending on the Nightfall, depending on what Bungie put as the restrictions this season. But just to give you a general idea of what to expect, we're going to go over each of them and give you an idea on what each of them do. All right, so before we begin, keep in mind Grandmaster Nightfall is a 3-man activity. It is not something you could carry somebody through. You gotta pretty much have your loadout right, have your light level right, power level, and basically come in as a team. All right, so first we got Fire Pit. When defeated, acolytes spawn fire pools and cause damage over time. Self-explanatory. They're gonna die, they're gonna put a fire pool down, it's gonna damage you if you step in it. Next, we have champion foes. Now, this is by far the most important one. This one's gonna tell you exactly what champions you will face inside of the Nightfall. In this case, you will face barrier and unstoppable champions. You must equip the anti-barrier or an anti-unstoppable mod to your armor to defeat them. These mods come from the seasonal artifact. Now, like I said, this is the most important one. This is the one that if you don't come in right, you may actually just not complete the Nightfall. And also, you can't even start Grandmaster Nightfalls unless one person has on at least one of these unstoppable champion mods, mods for champions. So it's very important to have your team loadout completely set. You guys know who's going to be running what. Sometimes you can run a little bit of each of them. Sometimes you can run only one of them, but it just depends on what you're going to go in there with. All right, so next we got Chef. Radar is disabled. Pretty self-explanatory. You ain't got no radar. All right, so then we got the Grandmaster Modifiers. Now we're going to pretty much be going over these for the next couple of them, so I'm just going to name them off. It's basically contest mode in a sense. You can't join. The joining progress is disabled. You get champion mobs. You'll see what those are. That means that we have more champions, which is great. And we have lock loadouts. You can't change the loadout once you go in. Match game, you will see that match game is going to have something to do with matching elements. And then extra shields. Enemies going to have those shields ready for you, so get ready for that. Match game. Enemy shields are highly resistant to all unmatched element damage. So we'll be going into it pretty soon when we get towards the end of this, but you're going to realize that there are some elements that you want to use, and that's kind of how it is. You use them, it makes it a little bit easier for you. There are some exceptions, but for the most part, you want to match elements. What I were before, your equipment is locked. You can't change it once you go in. Extinguish. If your fire team falls in a restricted zone, this is the one that usually gets people. It's kind of one that after you get so far, you make it to the boss, you lose. You're kind of like, oh man, I don't want to start this all over. Yes, once you get into those restricted zones, everybody dies, unfortunately, you got to start over. Limited revives. Limited fire team revives. Gain additional revives by defeating champions. As you defeat champions, you will gain extra revive. Ideally, you want to go as far as possible without having these revive. Once you get to like damn near the end of Nightfall, sometimes you have like almost 15, which is pretty useful if you know that the boss is going to be a bit of a pain. Champion mods. This mode contains extra champions. Like I said, as you go up in difficulty from master to champion, master to grandmaster, you'll have more champions you have to face. Shielded foes. You will face companions with arc, solar, and void shields. It tells you exactly what shields you're going to go against. So in this case, you're going to get those. So you want to load out yourself to go against those shields. Double Vanguard rank. All Vanguard rank points earned are doubled. Self-explanatory, you get extra Vanguard rank. Easy there. All right, next up we got Novice Abandon. Incoming arc and environmental damage is increased. Don't get hit by arc. And then you got the Acute Arc Burn. All right, so don't want to put too much information, but this kind of changed a couple of seasons ago. but in this case it's 25% arc damage dealt and plus 50% arc damage received. Okay, so you'll get increase in arc damage for your arc weapon subclass, but you'll also take an additional 50% arc damage from enemies that uses arc weapons inside of the Nightfall. So as you can see, during Grandmasters, they definitely bump up the amount of things you got to deal with, and really the only thing that's really working with you is the burn for the most part. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this helps you guys understand that when you go into Grandmasters, you need to come in very prep. You need to understand where you're going to be facing and how to combat the enemies in there. Like I said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video if you like it. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything or anything you want me to add in a different video, and I will catch you guys in the next ones. Have a great day, Guardians. Peace.